Hello again, you're watching Cartmel Junction. Welcome back. As promised on my last running session there, I'll give you an update on what I'm planning to do with the layout. Basically, I'm changing the track work, not all of it, just some of it I'm changing. I'm not happy with it. I've got a couple of electrical gremlins as well. So I want to change the track work so the trains it's more free running than what it has been. I'll explain to you as I go the changes that I'm going to do. Okay, right, the first change I'm going to do is a junction here. Certainly not happy with it. If you've watched my running sessions, you will know that the middle line here, trains come in and they cross over to here, and now this is the middle line again. As this line here is a loop for the outside line. You'll see that at the end of the station in a minute. So that's what I want to do. I want to do away with this crossover here. Well, I want to do away with the trains crossing over here, so I want to keep them on the same track so they can come straight through. Now this is the branch line and this is a service track for the TMD. Now I've been using the service track for the TMD as for the branch line trains running, because the train's crossing over here. Now the reason the trains have not been crossing over here is because there's something wrong with this double slip, but I want to take that out anyway, because if you notice how you can go for this track straight across to the main line out there, I want to change that over here. I want to move this to here, so basically you can come straight down the branch as well and go straight over to the outside track. So that's what I want to do. So I want to take away all this and move it along. So less points, less clutter there, and trains running straight through instead. That way the branch line will be able to run smoothly, and I'll also be able to operate the TMD because I've got a second part of the TMD as well, so I can move trains back and forward from there. So that's the first thing. Second thing I want to do is I want to do away with this three-way here, this point here, and this storage track is just a siding, and this track here, do away with this. Now this track here, it was an extension of the branch line. It used to be terminating, it used to just be like a siding, but then I turned it into like a, you know, like a thing with, what do you call it, an extension of the branch line, so it ran round, but didn't want to do that, so I wasn't really happy with it. So that's coming back out, so that will give the branch line here a free run down there as well. I'll keep this crossover here, but I'll put a point in here for this, that will service local, that will access locals, locals County TMD, sorry, can access the station off that line. So that's that one. What I want to do with the three-way point is I want to put a three-way point in here, so that gives me another track for locomotive stabling. I also want to do away with this fueling point here, because like I say, I've got a second part of the TMD that I want to use for locomotive fueling. But however, I do want to run another track from here down through this way to follow this one around, and I want to move this wash plant over to here, roughly about there, and this track will follow this track round. It'll come round here and it'll join back on here, which will take you round to the fueling point in the TMD. As this track here is the access or the service track for the TMD anyway, so as you can see, when the trains come in to the fueling point, I'll put another diesel depot in there, maybe a single, maybe a double, I don't know yet, and I might put a separate track in as well to service these storage tanks, but this is where the trains will get their fuel, so this will be a different part. And over there is, this is your branch line here. This is the branch line continues round and into the fiddle yard. Looking back down the layout towards this is the point which this is just branch line, and you hit this point here and you can stay on the branch line, or you can access the service track into the TMD. This stays this, I'm happy with this. This is this extra track that I extended out of the station. This is coming out. I don't want this track, this is coming, this is gone. So I'll go back down to just the double track. This section here will be covered anyway. This will have like a town scene above it. You see where I marked in the retaining wall, but obviously these tracks will have to move, so I'll have a wee bit more space, which will be a lot better. Work out for the best maybe. Okay, so we come down to this end. Now this track here is the one I said I was taking out there, so that leaves these. Now this is this bit here. This is your middle track, but the new middle track is going to be this one here. See? When I alter the junction, so this track here will be like a loop for the middle track instead. So what I want to do is I want to take this point away from here. This point's in a really stupid place anyway. I want to take this point away and move it over to this side, so it can connect these two tracks up. That's the plan anyway. We'll connect these two tracks up some way, somehow, and that brings the point out. That means I can get a point motor underneath, because there's a batten underneath, a strengthening batten underneath this, which is absolutely no good. The other thing I've got a problem with here is, as you can see, I've got my Rapido / Locomotion Models excellent model of the APTA here. Anybody that has this model will know that on curves the cabs swing out. There's a massive overhang caused by this bogie being so far back on the body. Not that it's a problem, but this part of the layout, it hits the wall here. It's fine, everywhere else it's fine, but here it hits the wall, and that's absolutely no good to me. So I need to get that changed. Need to get this track sorted and pull it away from the wall just a wee bit. Doesn't need to come much away from the wall, maybe just, I don't know, I'm having a look here, maybe twice what it is. So it's got to come back over a wee bit anyway, at least a good, I don't know, inch more away from the wall, and that'll be fine, because I don't want to ruin a good model. So that was the reason that was on there, to show you that. So that's that. So that's what I've got planned for the next few days. Like I said, I've got a few days off work, so I'm just going to bash on with this and get this all done, and get my point motors in and get them all wired up. That way I can move on to ballasting and, you know, start doing my scenics, which I'm really wanting to get on with. Oh, before I go, I've been thinking about signalling, and I've not been sure what I want to use for signalling. I've watched some videos on YouTube, looked at all different products and that, etc. And a couple of videos stood out for me. One was from Tony Northeastern, who has cracking layout. He done an excellent demo on these signals, and the other one was AY76. I think his name's Ian, and he done a similar demo on these signals as well. And the signals are Trentec sensor signals. So I've decided to go with these. I think they're brilliant. Just plug into the track, you've got your wee sensor, and if you link them together, they actually run like block signalling. So they're fully automated, and you can even override them as well with a mimic switch, or you can actually connect them to your DCC controller. But they're absolutely great. I like them. They're so simplified. Don't get me wrong, I've seen other colour light systems, signals, sorry, like CR signals, Berco, and I've seen them. People have them wired to mass sequencers or something like that, and I thought that's a lot of work, and I don't really want to go through all that sort of. I would rather do the work on top of the layout, not underneath. So I'm trying to keep my wiring as simple as possible. So hence one of the other reasons I went for these. So there you go. That'll be the signalling that I'll be using. So hopefully we'll be able to see a bit of progress now. Once I get this track done and sorted and it's all running smoothly, and then I can get the point motors fitted and yeah, get on with the scenics. No, it's the ballasting, my god, the dreaded ballasting, but never mind, it's part of the hobby, I suppose. So there you go. So I'll end the video there, and if anybody's got any suggestions or ideas for me, feel free to drop a comment below. Anything you can think of at all. And I'll see you all at the next update. Hopefully I'll have the track work finished and point motors installed at the next update. I'll see you all then. Ta-ra!